evolution, and pathogenesis. His laboratory will address questions on HIV-1C emerging viral variants, post-pathogen, interaction, latency, establishment, and reversal. Dr. Arun has a hobby of stargazing. I request Ram sir to offer a flower as a symbol of respect and gratitude. Thank you, sirs. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಲಂಚ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಓಕೆ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್. ಆ ಫೋಟೋ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ. That we all evolved from monkey, our evolution happened from something like that, animal anta. But ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, how did this happen actually? Did it really happen like this? If it happened like this, what are all those animals? What are each of these animals? And are they alive today? Okay? That is what I am going to essentially talk about. Now before I go there, I want to talk about one important rule in biology. Okay? And there are laws in physics, there are principles in chemistry, but there is really only one rule in biology. And this rule supersedes all other rules. Andre, this rule is the godfather of all rules in biology. Okay? And that rule is evolution by natural selection. Okay? You take any animal, from the smallest virus to the largest blue whale, they will follow that rule. Okay? Let me give you an example. Everybody was there during COVID time alli ellaru idralva. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ COVID ಬಂತು? Show of hands. How many people had COVID? So less people are. ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದವರಿಲ್ಲ ಈಗ. Okay, so what is the one common symptom that you will have in COVID or any other respiratory disease? Lungs infection bandre one common symptom ಏನು? Sneeze. Yes, very good. One more. Cough. Okay, why is it common? Because a virus ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು one patient ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು patient ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ it has to be thrown out. Okay, that is the evolution that the virus has adapted, because virus has to infect a new person. Like that, every single organism follows that rule, including us, including human being. So if we are saying that that means what is evolution by natural selection? Andre survival of the fittest, alva. So what is this fitness? What is so special about human beings? Okay, that's a good answer. Intelligence. Okay, let's see that is it true or not anta. Naan ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, this is basically a graph of weight of the animal versus size of the brain of the animal anta. Okay, you can see a lot of animals are there. Here you have all your bats and a hedgehog is there. All of these animals are there. Okay, and you can see that more or less it is a straight line. That means if the body weight increases, brain will also increase proportionately. I mean, elephant's brain will be big, mouse's brain will be small. Correct? Can you see that line there in the middle? If not, I will draw one for you. Okay, this line is the line that defines intelligence in some sense. Okay, if you see whatever is above this line, okay, that means the brain is larger than the size of the body that is expected. And if you see the animal that is furthermost from that line will be human being. I have circled it there. Yeah, we are smart. Yes, we are intelligent and all that. There is no doubt about it. But ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, this guy, ಈ phase ಅಲ್ಲಿ okay, intelligence is important. Yeah, it really helped us survive and all of this. But what about here? How did we survive in that phase? What was special about us in that period of time when we were not a human being, when we were actually more of a monkey? Okay? Let's just take an example of other animals. Okay? If you see other animals, what do they have for survival? Some of them are fast, they have speed, like you have cheetahs that can run at 120 kilometers per hour. You have in birds, you have falcons that can fly at 200 kilometers per hour. Okay, you have strength. Animals like gorillas, they are our relatives. Gorillas, not other relatives, but distant relatives. Okay, they have strength. They have other animals like lions, tigers, elephants. These are extremely strong animals. There are biological modifications which other animals have. They have sharp teeth. They have these long nails. They have this chameleon. They will camouflage. Ilandre they'll have this thick skin like tortoise, turtles. Those, or your snakes will have venom and all that. Some of them have endurance, like these wild dogs. They can run for hours together. Okay, that is called endurance hunting. They can do that. Acute senses, a dog's hearing, owl's eyesight, eagle's eyesight, all of this specialized senses. Rate of birth, like rabbits. In 1 year, two rabbits can become 400 rabbits at the end of 1 year. Okay, so the advantage is they will multiply faster. Okay, and lastly, animals like tortoises, sharks, and elephants. These animals naturally live very long. Okay, 100 years, 200 years. I think the oldest tortoise is something like 258 years or something. It's still alive somewhere. Okay, now let us see if we have any of those. Speed, are we fast? Compare with these animals, okay? Are we fast? We can run at the most 10 kilometers per hour. Adu uta admele we cannot run at all, okay? Speed is gone. Strength, are we as strong as gorilla or any of these other animals? Okay. Then do we have long teeth or claws or camouflage, thick skin, not what your teachers told you, actual like turtle's thick skin or venom? We don't. Endurance, can we run for 2-3 hours straight? We can't. What about senses? Do we have a dog's hearing or specialized eyesight? We don't have that. Our rate of birth is not great. We give birth to one child every 9 months, right? So that's not great either. Long life, again, with science and technology, yes, you can live for 80 years, 90 years. But in the wild, if you are living in the jungle, you won't live that long. You live 30 years, maximum 40 years, that's it. Some infection will come and kill you. Okay? So then, then how did we really survive, this entire thing? How did we become? So this animal, okay, everybody knows the scientific name for humans, right? What is it? Homo sapiens, right? Good. So, otherly the Homo part is our genus name, it's our family name, and the sapiens is the species name. We are the only ones in our species that are there today. Okay? Now, we evolved 25 million years ago. We evolved from this monkey. Okay? It's called Proconsul africanus, you can forget the name. Okay, we evolved from this, and when did it happen? And if you see, if this is the timeline of the full universe from Big Bang till today, 13.8 billion years, you have all these important events. Apes evolved at the very, very end. We are very, very new species on this planet. We just came something like 3-4 million years ago, essentially. And just to show you, okay, some of you were there yesterday, I think, how big a billion really is. It's not a small number. Anybody know how many zeros a billion has? 9 zeros, okay? But just to show you how big it is, when I say billion, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Elon Musk, right? Everybody knows him as a billionaire. You know how big $1 billion is? That's the number, okay? 1 followed by 9 zeros, 10 to the power of 9. Now imagine, okay, that's Elon Musk. If I give you 1 lakh rupees a day, okay, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you work like this for 2,000 years. Okay? By the way, 1 lakh rupees a day is more than all of the faculty's salary combined. Okay? It's more than that. We don't earn, all of us, if you add also, we won't earn. 1 lakh a day, 365 days a year, for 2,000 years, you will have $1 billion. That's how big that number is. And Elon Musk has 343 billion. Okay? You have to work at least for close to 7 lakh years to have as much money as that man. But that number is huge. Okay? It's a huge number. So for that many years, you can imagine that there was no life, and at the very end, human beings evolved. Okay? And what do we know? What do we know about life on Earth? Okay? How did this happen? Okay, we'll go back 3.5 million years ago. Where was all of this happening? This was happening in the heart of Africa, okay? Central part of Africa. All of this, whatever I'm going to speak about, is going to happen, okay? Let's look at what all our ancestors used to do. They lived in groups, okay? How do we know this? Because every other animal in our nearest relatives, including our own family members, they all live in groups. Chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, bonobos, macaques, humans, they all live in groups. Living in group is always an advantage. Why? Because if a tiger attacks you, it can only attack one person. Where if you have 15 people together, it doesn't usually come, okay? Next, walking upright. By that time, 3.5 million years ago, we were walking upright. What does that mean? That means we were walking on two legs. How do we know this? This is a very, very interesting fossil. Okay, this is found in Africa. It's about 3.6 million years old. Okay, you can see that there is clearly a footprint. Somebody has walked. What happened was there was a volcanic eruption, and the ash was very soft when it was there. And when on that soft ash, some creature walked 3.6 million years ago. We dated the rock and we found that these footsteps are clearly, you can see that it's somebody walking on two legs, 3.5 million years ago. So we know that early humans, this is one of the fossils that is found, it's called Lucy, used to walk on two legs. Okay? Why is that important? Because if both our legs are used for walking, our hands are free. We can now hold objects and we can do things. Okay? That's the next point, which is tool use. We find objects